Yo, what's up, guys? Wanted to jump in here and do another video for you that can help you get unstuck. If you are either stuck getting started or getting stuck growing your business or figuring out what market you're going into, any of that stuff, I want to go over a few things right now. So this way here, you can get over that hurdle, because sometimes what's happening is you are getting paralyzed in thinking that everything has to be perfect, or that you have to have your market exactly dialed in as far as where are you going to be directing your attention? What products am I going to be selecting? Am I wasting my time? Like, all of those things start coming into our head as we start this process. Or if you're in a business right now and you're getting some sales, and maybe it's just not getting the sales that you thought, or maybe you're in a market that you're like, I don't really know that this is the market, but I went out there and I found a product and I took it to market, and now I'm learning that process. That's great. But if you are still feeling like this is not the business for you or the market that you are going into, there's some things that you need to reconsider up here. All right. And I want to help you with this, because no matter where you are in this process, you need to readjust your thinking. All right. Now, again, maybe you can do me a favor, and maybe you can leave in the comments. And if you're watching this live, I'll be able to look at the comments, hopefully. If I can't see them, well, I'll look at them later. But put in the comments, are you stuck getting started? Are you stuck where you are in the process? Have you brought a product to market, but you're thinking to yourself, I'm not sure if this is the right product or the right market? I want to know where you are in this process, because it really does come down to changing this here. And yes, that is mindset. We are changing the mindset. And there's some things that you have to consider as you're going through this process. Now, I walk people through this in my training, Econ Business Formula. It's my latest training. Depending on when you're watching this, it's not available right now. As far as it's not open, it will be opening up soon. I will have some resources available for free. If you're interested in jumping on the wait list and being notified when that's available, the free resource and the wait list, you can head over to theamazingseller.com/EBF. And you'll get all the details there. Or you can just go to ecombusinessformula.com and you'll get all the details. There's a video there of me talking about this entire process and what we're doing inside of there. And Kimberly just dropped in a question here: stuck in the beginning process, shifting gears in my business. Okay, so here's what I'm hearing there is you're stuck in the beginning part of the process. So probably thinking to yourself, man, if I pick this market, I got to make it work. And if I don't make it work, then I'm a failure, or then this process doesn't work. Okay. Here is what I want to share with you. And this actually came from someone that's going through Econ Business Formula right now in our beta class. And this is what he was going through. All right. He said, Scott, I'm going through this process. I'm fired up. I want to go after a market. I want to go ahead and find these other verticals in the market, these sub niches, like you say, but I'm just not finding my passion. I'm just not finding my interest. I'm finding myself, not really knowing what market I want to go into. I'm not finding my expertise. I'm not finding any of these things that I feel like I can go and attack the market, okay, or go in there and build a business in. But he did also say, but I am finding people that I'm talking to, friends, family members, whatever. I'm finding people that I'm talking to, they have interests, and I might be able to piggyback off of their expertise, and I might be able to piggyback off of them helping me create content, or me helping to know about the market a little bit further. So what he asked was, should I just go and do this so I can start the process and learn the process? And the answer is yes. Yes, you should. All right. Now, you also should go through the process as far as validating the market. So if you're going through the process, even if you didn't end up launching a product in that market, if you go through the process, you're learning the process. All right. So here's what I would say. Find that person or that interest that someone else has, that they have expertise in, or that they have knowledge in, or it's their hobby, whatever, and see if there's an angle in there for you to go inside of that market to at least get the ball rolling. Now, you will, instead of going into that market because you're an avid guitar player, or maybe you're someone that's really passionate about fishing, but you have someone that you could say, hey, I've got some questions on, bass fishing. Could I sit down with you for an hour and pick your brain? Or what products would you want? Or what products are you buying? So you're almost using them as some type of focus group in a sense, or giving you the information. What you are is you are the business creator. You are the marketing person behind it. You're the brains behind the operation. Let me tell you a little story. When I was first, well, we're going to go back, okay? We're going to go way back, all right, in the day, okay? I was a construction worker for my father's company. We're going back over 20 years ago now, okay? I thought I was going to own that business one day. That didn't work out for me, okay? And long story, but it's on my podcast. If you haven't listened to that episode, go search my podcast and you'll find the episode about my story, all right? But in a nutshell, that didn't work out for me, but it taught me about business. It taught me about partnerships. It taught me about mailing marketing as far as like doing mailings and stuff. It taught me about what I liked about business, what I didn't like about business, about employees, all of that stuff. Now, my wife and I decided to start a photography business, okay? And that was just a little side project. And we're like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try to start our little side business here because it was a hobby of my wife's, not one of mine. We did have kids. So I said, well, yeah, I'll get behind that with you. If it can get me out of my 9 to 5, sure, we'll go into this thing. And then that's what we ended up doing. And what I ended up finding out was I started to become passionate about learning how to do photo editing. I got passionate about marketing. All right. And then once I got passionate about that stuff, I fell in love with the process. And now what I've done through the years is I've taken those types of lessons and I've took them over to this new business venture or this new project, right? All of these lessons in the process are going to be really plug and play. Are things going to change? Are things going to, become, harder on a certain channel like Amazon? Yes. Will Google make an update to their platform for ranking your website? Yes. All of this stuff will happen. But as you're learning, as you're maneuvering, as you're pivoting, you're learning through the process. So my answer is just start. Like, if you don't have the clear vision, then you need to find someone else that has the market, okay, that you could go into, that you can pick their brain, all right? And then just go all in on learning about that market. And then you're going to fall in love with the process, all right? And I just had a conversation with a good friend of mine who's thinking about getting into this. And my exact words to him were, because he was like, I don't have any passions. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any this. I go back in time. What other jobs did you do that you see could be a potential market that you could go into? Even if you're not passionate about it, you know about it. And if you know about it, then you can go into that business because you know what products and what services and what content people are going to be searching for. And after about an hour's worth of digging, we opened up this entire business model for him. And I said, now what you need to do is fall in love with the process. If you fall in love with the process, it becomes easy. And also, if you have the market selected, then it becomes even easier because now we can go and divide that market up into chunks and we can take market share in different areas. If we're looking at sports and outdoors, then we go fishing, right? We can go hunting, right, too. So now we got two sub niches inside of sports and outdoors. But what if we just wanted to go into fishing? Now we go into fishing. Now we go bass fishing. Then we go fly fishing. We go deep sea fishing. Whatever other kind of fishing there is, and we can just keep going down the line. And then if we want to add into our sports and outdoors brand, we can do, we can go ahead and say, okay, let's do hunting and fishing. We can do that as well. So there's a whole bunch of things that we can do to really piggyback off of someone else's knowledge once we figure out that they know about a market. Okay. And I mean, I can go on and on and on all the different opportunities that I see. My son, who's done sports his entire life, he's been getting trained for baseball, right? Well, when he was getting trained for baseball, this guy's charging for lessons, for camps and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'd say to this guy, like, you could have your own product line. You could have your own training online. You can do affiliate stuff. And once I would tell them this, their eyes would open up like, wow, I didn't realize this is possible. Now, I might not be the expert, but I can say, hey, want to partner up, or can I pick your brain? Would you like to talk about this for an hour and I'll pay you for an hour's worth of your time? There's all different ways that you can do it. But the bottom line is this: You need to get movement. You need to take action. You guys hear me say that all the time, and it's so true. And in this case, it's really important, because if we don't move, we don't get a result. We can just sit here and we can spin our wheels. We can spin our wheels. We can spin our wheels. But that is not going to get us anywhere. We can think about what will happen if I do this, or what if I do this, right? You can think about the result, but you don't know what the result is until you actually put it in play, right? We can practice on a sport every single day of the week. But until we get in the game situation, why do you think they do scrimmages? Because they want to see what happens when you actually put it in play. In business, we got to put things in play, all right? So my advice is figure out where you are and how to get unstuck. If that's picking the market, do that. Validate the market. Go through that entire process that I've laid out for you guys in my podcast, on this Facebook page, on YouTube, all of those different channels. I'm there to help you get unstuck and really figure out the process and validate the market before you even enter it. And once you do, then you have a great chance of going in there and then dominating that market and building out all these additional assets that I've been talking about. And then I talk about an Econ business formula. I mean, Econ business formula to me has been a training that I've been learning all these different components over the past 15 years. It's brick and mortar to customer service. It's to building out assets. It's getting attention in the market. It's cultivating, getting them to know, like, and trust you, serving up products that they want, but we already know that they want. We're not guessing. Like, all of this stuff. Marketing is marketing, but you need to plug it into that certain market. And that's really how you do it. So my suggestion for you is, if you're at this point, figure out where you're stuck and why you're stuck. If it's like, oh, I don't know the market, but I got friends that they're experts in this, or my daughter's in ballet and her instructor is passionate about this, about ballet. Well, maybe you could get into ballet, right? Not you, but you could go into that market. So that's my thoughts here for you, all right? Because I know so many people get stuck and they don't do anything, right? We have to do something in order to get a result. And there's Maisie over there. Where is she? See my little Bernedoodle. She's roaming around down there. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to think to yourself, what is stopping you? And I want you to get over that hurdle one step at a time. And if you have not went over and got the information that I put out there on Econ Business Formula, yes, that class is currently closed depending on when you're watching this, but it will be reopening. So depending on when you do watch this video, it may be open, but there will be some free resources there for you as well. So go to theamazingseller.com/EBF or econbusinessformula.com, and it'll give you all the details there. And Kimberly, you are welcome. Get out there, make it happen. And again, if you're thinking that this is you, or if it sounds like this is you, don't worry, you're not alone. I literally just had a conversation with one of my friends who wants to get into this, and we went through this entire process. That's what got me thinking about this. And I also had a student of mine ask, should I just go through with this and get started even though it's not my passion? And the answer is, if you can validate the market as I go through in my 10-step formula, if you can validate that market, that market will allow you to grow and expand and really have a future-proof business and learn the process, then the answer to me is yes. All right? So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. Go check out theamazingseller.com/EBF or econbusinessformula.com. That is my most extensive training to date. And I am super pumped up about that because it is the entire process and basically my last 15 years of doing online business and physical products and digital products all wrapped in one. So go check it out. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care and take action. I'll see you guys soon.